313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
If you enjoy the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Mo Ali. We're here with the Queen Hour. The Queen ain't here today, but we still gonna turn up and pull up and turn up and pull up. So, let's get into it. So today I brought I want to talk a little bit about finances and some things I might say might be wrong. So I got someone who's a lot more knowledgeable on the subject. So me being corrected about some of the things I might say, I don't have a problem with it. And so but I have a couple of questions and we're going to get some answers. And my guest, Mr. Liddell, is here in the studio, the all-knowing finance.
Hey, good afternoon. And I don't know about that all-knowing, but I'm going to tell you what I do know.
Hey, that'll work. That'll work. Well, what happened a couple of years ago, a friend of mine advised me to open up a Fidelity account.
Okay.
And I did that, put some money in, bought some stock and stuff. And I ended up losing. So I really didn't think too much about it. So that was about like 3 or 4 years ago. And then earlier this year, I decided to call them to just have them close. Just send me all my money and everything. So we closed it out to what I thought.
Uh-huh.
And then like 2 months later, I got a statement said that my account made 6 cents in interest.
Right.
So, of course, the account and everything was fully active. So then I said, well, I ain't running down the street for 6 pennies.
Uh-huh.
We just leave that alone. But then when Elon Musk said that SpaceX was going public,
Right.
and I'm sitting up here thinking about Star Trek, Star Wars, and building stuff on the moon and space station trying to go to Jupiter, I'm like, a lot of times we as a people miss the boat and come on at the end of the stick. I said, well, I want to get in on this because, I do like Star Trek, and I'm like, it's a lot to be made. And some people say his views on us may not be the best or whatever they are, but when I look at it, people will come into our community, set up businesses, don't like us, and they'll make money off of us. So I'm like, hey, this is something I know this man is passionate about, and if I can make money that's going to help me and help people in my community, hey, I'm going to jump in on it. So I bought some shares, and then...
Now, did you buy your shares pre-IPO or you bought them IPO? In other words, how much you paid for your shares? That'll tell me everything.
I paid more for mine because
How
I
much
got
you
them
pay?
like a day or two after it opened.
Cool. You bought what we call IPO. The pre-IPO came out at $135. The IPO started at $150, but you couldn't buy it at $150. The opening price was $175.
Okay.
So you probably bought yours at what price?
Well, the opening price was $175. I still got them close to that price. It was maybe like $180 or something.
There we go. So you bought it a couple of days later, so you bought it as it went up.
Yeah.
And I want to understand that for the sake of helping the audience follow our conversation.
Okay.
So there's pre-IPO, which means you can buy it before the general public can buy it. They made it open and available to a few people. You only got a few shares, but it was open to the public. Now, the pre-IPO was the biggest pre-IPO in history. It did $1.75 trillion. So by the time it went IPO and you bought in, it was already a $2 trillion company.
Mm-hmm.
But let me explain this. The people who did pre-IPO had to wait 15 days to sell.
Oh.
So they couldn't just take their little profit and sell it and make a profit, a quick flip. They had to wait 15 days. Now, there are people out there who work for SpaceX, for Elon Musk, for free.
Mm-hmm.
Engineers, fancy people. And those people had $8 million worth of that stock. If you have $8 million, you come to my office, Mr. Liddell, I would like to be a millionaire for real. Not on paper, but for real. I'm going to say, let's sell $1 million worth of that stock.
Okay.
So once we sell $1 million worth of that stock, it makes them a real millionaire. But what it does is it brings the price down. And if you got a lot of people trying to liquidate, it lowers the price. Now, by the time you bought, a lot of people were still trying to buy, which rose the price, which is why you paid way more than the pre-IPO, $135, IPO, $150 to $175. You paid more than that because the demand. It's all about supply and demand. Okay, you can take back over. I just want to get everybody following the pattern of how it works.
Okay. And now something happened within a day or two that I hadn't seen before because I didn't make anything on my past endeavors with stock. But I had like, because when you open it up, you have like a savings account with it or a checking account.
Correct.
And then you can buy stocks.
Correct.
So what is that account called where your money is just holding?
It's usually a money market account.
Okay.
Yep. But it's really what you said. It's a holding account. It's just to hold your money.
Okay.
They may pay you a little interest on it, but it's just a holding account.
Oh, okay. So what I noticed is that when it went up, I had made some money because I had like $100 left in there, and then it went up and I had like $200. I looked at it the next day. I'm like, wait a minute, this has never happened to me before.
Right.
So I said to myself, I got enough money now. I made some money and I got enough money. I can buy another share.
Correct.
So I bought one more share with money that just appeared overnight.
Correct.
So I was real excited about that.
Right.
So that changed my whole outlook on it. I'm like, okay, because I didn't know how I didn't know how it worked.
Right.
And when that happened,
You and about 30 million other people, but keep going.
yeah. So I said, I need to get some more shares. Now I got a set number of a minimum of what I want to get now and in the future.
Okay.
And but that part just blew my mind. That the money came that fast because I had been dealing with this account for 4 years and never made any money, and all of a sudden I did, and that just. So,
Well, okay, so you represent a lot of people out there who pick and choose stocks for various reasons.
mm-hmm.
In your case, you picked a stock because of your history, Star Wars, space stuff. You know, you picked it because it appealed to something inside you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they originally designed SpaceX, it was supposed to be to take people to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't hot. The reason why so many people bought SpaceX is because Elon Musk said, we're not just going to get to Mars, we're going to take over AI. Take over AI caught a lot of people's attention because AI is a new hot thing. It's a new, remember when they had that rock, the rock was a toy and people were buying a rock. They were paying money for a rock. That was back when you was a little boy. Okay. So this became the new rock.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy SpaceX. Well, let's talk about AI. When he mentioned AI, it pulled a lot more people in. Now, AI, what is AI? All right, let me just ask you this. What do you think the greatest invention of mankind was? The greatest invention of mankind. Not the wheel, but the greatest. The one that made the difference and changed everything.
Fire.
Not fire.
Oh.
It made it possible for you to sit under the lights.
Electricity.
Electricity is the number one greatest investment of all time. Invention of all times. Number two, believe it or not, it came true in your lifetime. It's something that changed everything. It made it possible for you to look at a person in China and talk to them real time.
The telephone.
The internet.
Okay.
Beyond the telephone, the internet. Because you can look at them. The key word I said was look at them.
Mm-hmm.
You could FaceTime them and see them in real time. So the top invention ever, electricity. Number two, the internet. Number three, AI.
AI.
And let me tell you how powerful AI is going to be. You walk through a park, you come home and you have a little irritation on your arm, and you say, what is this? You talk to AI, not yet, but it's coming. You say, AI, I've got a red spot on my arm. It's going to say, take a picture of it. You take your camera and take a picture of it. It's going to blow that picture up, and it's going to tell you that there's a tick on your arm. Did you walk past a pine tree? And you say yes. It's going to tell you not to remove the tick. It's going to tell you what solution to put on that tick where it will remove itself. It's going to tell you that if you pull the tick out, you could break its head off inside your arm. You don't want to do that. That's where AI is headed. AI is going to be able to tell you, based on your symptoms, if there's any medication in the world that you can take to change your situation. AI is going to be life-saving from a medical perspective. And then from a legal perspective, you're going to be able to look at case law. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not right yet. Because keep in mind, AI is only a few years old. You got to give everything time to mature. But AI. So now, while you were buying SpaceX, I was buying Micron Technology.
Okay, tell us about that.
All right. I was buying ScanDisk. ScanDisk and Micron Technologies are ways to store data. The data on your iPhone, the data on your Android, the data anywhere. Now, I have to do my disclaimer. I'm not telling anybody to buy these stocks. I'm not telling anybody that they're going to make money. I'm just telling you what I did while you were buying SpaceX. Well, I bought Micron Technology, and it went from $800 a share to $1,200 a share. I bought ScanDisk. It went from $1,500 a share to $2,100 a share. So not only could I buy more shares like you did, I had a lot more money in my pocket because these things went up in the course of 2 weeks. Now, am I saying they're going to keep going up? I didn't tell you that, did I?
No.
I didn't tell you they were going down either, did I?
No.
Right. Do your own homework. Or get with a financial advisor who has a Series 7 license. They're stockbrokers who understand the stock market so that you can get the fundamentals. Because what we're going to do, you're going to come to my office and see me, and I'm going to explain to you how stocks really work so that you can have an intuition. Because you were just buying stock just to be buying stock. Here's what somebody told me when I first started. If you like Home Depot, and you walk in Home Depot, and there's not a single person there except for the sales associates, don't buy that stock.
Okay.
But if you go in Home Depot, and they're busy, and they're buzzing, and people are buying lumber, and tools, and plumbers in there, and it's busy, oh, you want to buy that stock. If you go to a restaurant and there's nobody there, don't buy that restaurant stock. But if you go there and there's an hour wait, oh, that's perfect. So there's things that no one has told you what signs to look for. When you learn the signs to look for, you'll know how to pick stocks. Right now, you're just kind of willy-nilly doing it. And you're doing it because you got a hunch that you can make some money. But there are people who become multi-millionaires in the stock market. Multi-millionaires in the housing market, multi-millionaires at whatever they do, but because they have a full understanding of how it works. They're not guessing. They're not going off their gut. Intuition is not gut. When you walk through an alley and your hair on your back of your neck raise up, that's intuition. That's not gut.
Well, one of the things I did learn is that I'm in it for the long haul. Because I was watching a video and he was talking about how rich people value their time way more than they value money. And I understand that because in my JLB, I only work 5 hours a day. And things have happened for me where I can work 5 hours a day and have the rest of my day.
Right.
And so I really value my time. So I get that.
So it's time versus money. That's what everybody's up against. Time versus money. But how do you get more time back? You spend more money.
Yes.
You pay somebody else to do the tasks that you don't want to do. That's how you get. It's time versus money. Now, at some point, does it make sense for you to climb on top of your house to repair the roof?
At a certain time, no, it don't.
It no longer makes sense.
Yeah.
It's better to pay somebody else to do that, right?
Exactly.
Does it make sense to climb up on your ladder and paint your house?
Nah.
At some point, it's cheaper to pay somebody else to do it. Does it make sense to take that tree that fell down when the winds were blowing hard? Does it make sense for you to climb up there and cut that tree down?
No.
Right. So at some point, your time is more valuable than the money.
Yeah. But one disclaimer on that: when we went down south, my father had me paint the house.
Did you climbed up on the ladder too, didn't
I
you?
climbed up on the ladder and all that fun stuff.
Right.
And he's standing there watching with his lemonade, cause he what, 81 now?
There you go. So,
So-
he prefer you climb that ladder than him to climb the ladder.
Exactly.
And you prefer you climb the ladder than him to climb the ladder.
Exactly.
But at some point, you're going to be the 81-year-old sipping on your lemonade watching somebody else climb that ladder.
Exactly. Yeah, it's and it's funny how things change. Another thing, bro, I got my checkbook. Now I know a lot of the young people out there don't know anything about writing checks, and they think it's totally outdated.
Right.
Because I just say there's a time and place for everything, and I had recently, last year, I went and ordered some checks because a situation came up and I was just like, it's better to write a check than just to pay it online or whatnot.
And have the proof. You're going to have
Yeah.
to cancel check. Correct.
Yeah. And so then the other thing I wrote in there was like UCC 1-308, which means all rights reserved. And then I wrote to somebody and I put something in there about fraud one time. I can't think of it offhand. But the thing I like about the check, no matter if you did a mortgage or if you bought a car or whatever, when you send a check and you write apply the principal only,
Correct.
you have changed the whole contract.
Well, what people don't realize is the check is a contract.
Yes.
A check is a contract, and the Michigan laws still honor checks as a contract. Not the same way for a debit card, not the same way for a credit card. So you're correct. You write principal only, they have to apply that to principal. If they don't, they violated some laws.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring it up because there's a lot of young people that don't know that.
Right.
Because some things that the older generation did should be taught and should be carried on to the new generation, because if you don't have a checkbook and you don't know when and where to write a check, then you're missing out on the benefits of a check, because now they're telling you just pay everything online.
Right. Well, let me just say this here is, just because you have checks in your book doesn't mean you have money in your account.
That's true too.
So just make sure that you're writing checks. Check the balance first
Yeah.
on your smartphone before you write that check.
Yeah.
Because if you bounce that check, it's going to cost you $35.
Yeah. That's true too.
Yeah.
Because it was one young lady I knew. She had been paying on her credit card for years, and she didn't know about that. So I said, I'm going to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I gave her one check for $1.
Okay.
And I said, send it to your credit card. And I put apply the principal only on. What that going to do? What that going to do? I said, just mail that to them. She sent it in. And then for like 2 months, they were putting money back on her account. She was like, I was like, yeah, this is one of the things that your parents didn't teach you, that you didn't know. And you've been throwing away money. So I would tell anybody out there right now, even if you don't have a check, if you got a elder in your family, trust me, they probably got some. Give them $1, have them write you a check, send it in, put apply to principal only, and you can get back some of your money that you have basically gave the credit card company.
Now, keep this in mind. If you have a debit card, you can go into your financial institution and order checks, or you can just order the checks online. So you can actually get a check.
Yeah.
Some institutions will print it on the spot for you.
Oh.
So you do have access to checks to do what he's telling you to do.
Yeah. So, and then it was like open a stock account for kids. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, yes. Keep this in mind. People don't buy as many toys as they used to. So what are you doing with the money from kids' birthday parties and other things? You should be giving them stock accounts. You should be educating your kids. They should, at 5 years old, they're old enough to really understand the basics of stocks.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't. They understand it better if they can buy stock and do like you did. They can buy. They can have a loser. They can have a winner. Now, of course, you learn. You appreciate more from winners, but you learn more from losers than you did from the winners.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your best day in the stock market, you may have made, like you said, you got the statement saying you made 6 cents. You had 6 cents still in there. But your best day in the stock market, you may make $300 based on how much you have invested. But your worst day in the stock market, you may lose $1,000. You learn the lesson. Oh, I'm not going to do what I did yesterday again. Now, they tell people stocks buy and hold. Buy and hold.
Buy and hold.
Buy the stock and hold on to it. Well, not all stocks deserve to be held on to. Some stocks don't perform. So I always tell people, have a goal for how much you want to make. Have a goal for how much you're willing to lose. Make, lose. Make, lose. Make sure you have a goal for both. Most people have a floor, but they don't have a ceiling. They're like, I'm going to make as much as I can. Well, everything that goes up comes down. Everything that goes up comes down. There used to be a company with a blue light special. They're not even in business anymore. Just know, nothing lasts forever.
Yeah. See, after that, what happened to me, I'm more into the now of I want to buy something and hold on to it. Because when your finances get to a certain level, and, you know, it's some people, they got $50,000, $100,000 sitting in an investment account, and it's gonna sit there for the rest of their life. They ain't gonna never spend it.
Right.
And it's, you know, I find myself now taking a few dollars here and there and investing it. So I'm like, okay, I'm not touching certain things. So I find myself more in I want to buy something and just kind of hold on to it. Is that good, or do I need to develop the buy and hold?
No. Let's talk about it. Let's just say that you decide, you know what? Every time I get $10,000, I'm going to take 1,000, 10%, and I'm going to invest that money. Then after so many months, you're going to have a lot of money invested. Because you're buying the stocks at a price today and holding on to them and hoping that they'll go up. Now, you're going to watch them and make sure they're not just going down, down, down. Because they go down, have a floor, get out and buy another stock. But let's just say you're buying something that's going up. And then you get another $1,000 and you like that same stock, you may buy some more of it. You may buy something totally different. You may buy the opposite of it and watch the two push each other up. So in other words, set a percentage that you want to invest. It doesn't have to be 100%. Set a percentage that you're willing to invest and let that work. I had a guy tell me, he said, Mr. Dale, when I get $1 million in my checking and savings account, between those two places, I'm going to come see you. I said, well, let me just tell you, how much do you have now? He said, I've got $800,000. I said, every day you have money sitting in your checking and savings, and it's $800,000, I could be making you 5%. So only 5% is $40,000 a year. So I said, if you just want to walk away and turn your back on $40,000 a year, then that's on you. But at least I've educated you about how money works. And his thing was that, but I just wanted to be able to see in my checking and savings account that I have $1 million. I said, we could have got there a lot quicker if you'd have put that money in an investment account and hired somebody to watch over your money for you.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying there. Because it's a certain amount I want to get to.
Right.
But what's the minimum? Because like a savings account just opened up, you got to have $200 in there. Then another one. I'm with First Independence Bank. So, and they have another account, a minimum of $2,000 you got to have. But what's the minimum that a person should want to have just in their savings, and then you can go invest the rest? You know,
I usually tell people that you want to get to 3 to 4 times your debts. 3 to 4 months worth of debt, money in your account before you start investing. In other words, know for a fact you can pay your bills for 3 to 6 months, no matter what goes down. After that, you can start investing. Now, you can start a mutual fund with $25 a month. Most people get paid every 2 weeks or weekly around here. So therefore, there's no reason for you not to say, I'm going to pay myself $25 a month. I'm going to put that money away. I tell people to get in your 401k at work, 457 plan. If you work for the government, do a savings plan. Just make sure you're saving somewhere. Now, I know most people don't know what to look at, don't know what to do. We have a program for that called the Wealth Builder Program. That's where we look over your shoulder, we become your accountability partner, and we help you to invest money. because it is a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to try and educate you on how to become more skillful at it, but at the same time, this is 45 years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
So this, for me, developing that intuition I talked about, is based on experience. I didn't just jump out there and start doing stuff. So I want to make sure I can teach you how to get that experience. Like the example about the restaurant being empty, Home Depot being empty. Those are simple things, but those are the kinds of things that you need to learn in order to pick a stock. Because people are buying stuff. Like a good example, you bought SpaceX.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done anything lately?
No, it actually has kind of gone down.
It pulled back.
But I'm happy because
it lets you buy more shares.
Yeah,
right?
It let me buy more shares, and like I said, I'm in it for the long haul.
Now, and that's your commitment.
Yeah.
That's your commitment that I'm willing to do this because you anticipate it's going to do something big someday.
Yeah.
Well, I too bought SpaceX. In full disclosure, I bought SpaceX, stayed in it for 3 weeks, and I sold it because I put a limit on it. And you can do a limit on yours too. If you go play with the stuff in Fidelity, it'll show you limit order. If it goes down to a certain point, it'll pull you out. But then you can buy back in the next day if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But at least you don't let it lose all the way down to zero.
Yeah.
So that's why limit orders are really helpful. Because even though you want them to do something great, Elon Musk made an offer for a coding company to control AI. He offered $600 billion to buy this company.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what they told him?
What?
No. It's the most anybody's ever offered for a company, and they told him no because they can do an IPO themselves and they can raise $1 trillion. So do you take $600 billion when you can get it, when you can possibly get $2-3 trillion?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So in order to control AI, he's going to have a hard time doing that because he has to raise a lot more money. Even though his company is worth $2 trillion, he's the first person on paper in our current time to be a trillionaire. He's the trillionaire on paper. He can't liquidate those stocks because unlike the people who bought pre-IPO had to wait 15 days, he has to wait 18 months before he can liquidate.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, he's out raising money.
Yeah.
He's still raising money. Matter of fact, he just did $500 million in bonds, so that he can help do more with AI.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite sure he ain't even really worried about getting the money, because it ain't like he needed to go to the grocery store or buy a new car.
Well, no, he's not thinking on that level. His thinking is, how do I control the AI market?
Mm-hmm.
So how do I buy some of these major companies out there? Because NVIDIA is $1 trillion company. SanDisk is $1 trillion company. Micron Technology is $1 billion company. SanDisk will be one soon.
Mm-hmm.
How do you control the market is what he's trying to figure out how to do. He just doesn't want to do AI. He wants to control AI.
Okay.
Which is fine. And you helped him do it because you invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not because you want to go to Mars.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that would be nice one day. But
okay, all right.
If it don't happen, I ain't gonna be sitting up here all upset about it.
You do know that they're still trying to figure out how to get back to the moon, right?
Yeah.
But then when you grew up as a little boy, didn't they tell you they landed on the moon?
They landed on the moon, and now they trying to. Well, see what happens with this society.
Mm-hmm.
They forget intelligence.
Okay.
They don't teach it. And then especially with the current administration, intelligence is one thing they definitely do not want to teach.
Right.
And so as people forget their history and forget what they used to know and they don't teach, it's like if you go get a house built, you don't get the same quality of a house
today
that you got 100 years ago.
Which is interesting, huh?
Yeah. People forget, people don't teach that, and it's hurry up and do it. And but one other thing I wanted to ask you about finance, going back to like the 401k.
Right.
When I retire, whatever that is it possible where I can get that money from the company where it's totally mine and or does it stay with them? It's like a pension, Ford paying me a pension all the time.
No, you'll be able to take the money yourself, put it into a traditional IRA account. Once you put it in a traditional IRA account, you can either converted to a self-directed IRA account, which means you can buy anything on the planet inside that account.
Mm-hmm.
But as a traditional IRA account, you can buy stocks, bonds, mutual funds in there. But if you said, I like real estate, my neighborhood, I saw a house down the street, we can convert it from a traditional IRA to a self-directed IRA and buy the house down the street and make it a rental property for you and give you a rental income. So there's all kinds of things you can do with the money from your 401k.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I know it's like, I thought it was like Social Security. You pay into it all your life, and
And then
when
they
you-
give it back. But a
you-
pension, but before it even, many places froze their pension. Only a few people are going to get that pension. Not everybody's going to get it.
Yeah.
But they froze it on purpose because the biggest cost in industry is fixed costs. Pension. People living longer than they anticipated. Back in the early days, the average Ford, General Motors, Chrysler employee lived to be 54 years of age.
Mm.
Now they're living into the 80s and 90s. Imagine you retired at 54 and you've been getting a pension all that time and you're now 91.
Yeah.
They've been paying you for a long time. That's called legacy costs.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anybody who's curious about me and learning more about what we do, go to elewealth.com. 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 Check us out.
Yeah, we got to keep money within us so we can build us and pay us and move on with us. Another thing that I had put out before was talking about doing a blackout in Detroit. 7 Mile, 8 Mile, Grand River, and Gratiot. And I was talking about blacking out the gas stations on the street, especially when you think about 7 Mile, because north of 7 Mile, south of 7 Mile, it's all us. And if we stop going to those gas stations buying bubble gum and Skittles and gas and everything, eventually those people are they're gonna have to sell those gas stations, and we can get them back in our hands. And I was watching the video on Dr. Claude Anderson. He said there's 148 gas stations in Detroit, and only 2 of them were owned by us.
Right.
And so I had just wanted to put that out to the people again. Don't forget to black out the gas station on these streets. Make sure you go anywhere. Yeah, you can go on Greenfield. You can go on 6 Mile, Finco, somewhere else. You can go to Sam's Club or BJ's or whatever and buy your gas. But if we do that, eventually they'll have to sell, and we'll be there to buy. And if they don't want to sell it to us, that's fine. If they sell it to someone else that we don't want to have the gas station, we still won't buy. So they will be forced to sell to us. But one thing we have to do is stop buying, just like they're doing with the beauty care and all that stuff. And I just wanted to put that out to the people. So, but I'm glad you came today and answering a couple of questions for me, and hopefully
Yes.
you helped some other people with some information. And
Don't discount AI.
yeah,
AI is the third biggest invention of all time. And don't downplay the stocks that are AI. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody.
yeah,
Just ask somebody. And again, we're there to help you. Go to our website, check us out, and get in touch with us. I'll be happy to help. I'm community-based. I stand 10 toes down for my community, and I've educated and helped my community for the last 45 years, and I'm not ready to stop.
all right. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming out. Oh, and I get off at 9 in the morning. So what's a good day where we could set up an appointment? Because I know you're busy, and I got time. So I don't want to come on one of your busy days.
Call the office 248-356-6555. They'll give you an appointment. I work 8 to 5.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I take appointments from 9 to 5. 9 to 4, technically. Yeah, 248-356-6555. Be happy to help out.
All right, that's this section of the Queen Hour. I want to thank our guests for coming on. Hope it's been beneficial to all who have been listening. And we're going to go to a commercial, and then I'll be back.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. If you're behind on your property taxes, we have programs to help. You don't have to lose your house, and you don't have to pay all at once. This summer, our mobile unit will be visiting Wayne County communities to help make it easier to start a payment plan and keep your property. Go online or call to find the plan that's right for you and where you can get help from our mobile unit. The last thing I want is for anyone to lose their property to foreclosure. Make your payments every month and keep your property.
If you enjoy the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
We are now streaming on Alexa. That's right, we're streaming our TV audio worldwide on Alexa. To get us, just say,
Alexa, enable Watkins Broadcasting.
Okay, here's Watkins Broadcasting. Starting the Watkins Broadcasting live stream.
now Alexa will allow you to listen to your favorite TV programs. Remember, to get us, just say,
Alexa, enable Watkins Broadcasting.
Okay, here's Watkins Broadcasting. Starting the Watkins Broadcasting live stream.
We're streaming our TV audio worldwide.
Hey, y'all, I'm back with the Queen Hour. Came to turn up and pull up and pull up and turn up. So another thing I wanted to talk about is I saw her on Facebook. It's a sister. Her name is Claudia Walker. On July 18 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, she's a Wall Street analysis, and she's going to be teaching children about that. They get, like, I think she said, I don't know. She give them a large amount of money, and it's virtual money though, and she's going to teach them a course. So Claudia Walker. So y'all check her out. And see if that's something you might be interested in learning for yourself and your children and whatnot. And then, as we doing this transfer of wealth, don't forget about the credit unions and the bank that we already have here in Detroit. We got First Independence, and then there's another credit union down in Toledo. I can't think of the name of it at the time. I probably could type it up and pull it up. But if you look for the banks and credit unions that we own as a people, you'll find the stuff on the internet, so you might want to think about moving some of your finances over there. And then we got Mitch McConnell, who has disappeared from the scene forever. This is fraud. This is fraud on behalf of the Republicans. The governor out there need to pull a special election, and if Mitch show up for it, hey, they can vote for him. If he don't, he don't. But I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen. Y'all, I was thinking about this. This is what the Republicans gonna do. Now, Mitch McConnell gonna be dead, right? And so they got this doctor who gonna sign. All of a sudden, when he have to show up, you gonna find out like the day before he had died and they cremated him, right? Because the people in his office and all the business that they're still doing under his name after a person is dead is fraud. And that's the word that people do not like to hear, because then big time investigations come, even though Trump pardoned all the criminals involved. But it's some fraud going on behind that. This man hasn't appeared. They ain't showing him. His wife left the country. You know, she probably went back to China looking for a new husband. While, you know, he already done passed away. And that's a good thing. You know, it's some people, when they leave this earth, I'd be happy, I'd be smiling, and that's a good thing. Then another thing I noticed, I was watching the brothers, they went out there and they was marching. They had their all black on, and they had their weapons, and they standing up for the cause and whatnot. But this is, I don't know what's the fascination with you people in black, but the worst thing you can wear, as far as if you going out like on a military mission, is all black. When you look at all the militaries in the world, when you look at the Russians, when you look at the Ethiopians, the Nigerians, the Congolese, the Sudanese, the Mexicans, the Canadians, and even the U.S., everybody have on camouflage. You know, you can, that all black that y'all like to wear because you black and proud and all that stuff, that's the biggest thing that stands out in day and night. If you move at nighttime, it's easier to see because you got to always remember, you got the leaves, the foliage, you got the background, you got the shadows and whatnot. And when one big solid image is moving in the day or night, it's easy to see. If you go on the internet and you type in camouflage soldiers or people or whatnot, and you'll see that the pictures they're taking of all these individuals who are camouflaged in a background with some trees or rocks or whatever, it's all in the daytime. Think about it. It's all in the daytime. And you can hardly see these people. Now, imagine yourself a black person with all black on standing next to him. You're the easiest thing to see. No one is scared because you're an easy target, day or night. I remember one time I was up in Grafenwehr out in Germany, and I was playing the Op 4, and I blew up a 5.48. And so they had to call it in to the TOC to let them know, hey, the 5.48 got blew up. So then all I got a few grenades and an M16. And so I'm running trying to get away because they done called now. The TOC done sent a Bradley looking for me. Now that's a tank if you don't know what a Bradley is. And if you don't know what it is, you can Google it and you can see. So I'm running. So I got to run up this hill. Now if I can get to the top of the hill, I'm good. I can get away from them. But as I'm trying to go up this hill, which is a long way and it's kind of tiring, I'm hearing this Bradley coming. And I'm hearing it get closer and closer. And then I realize, hey, I ain't going to make it up this hill. So this is the summertime and there's grass out there. And I say, y'all remember that tree that Lucy would bring Charlie Brown on Christmas, that little thin, little scraggly tree? So that's all I see on this mountain. Little trees like that. So I'm sitting up here, big as I am, I'm trying to hide behind this tree. But I got on all camouflage. So I know I can't get away from this Bradley. So they come around. So I just stop, sit down, lean back against the mountain. And the other thing that made it worse to me is that the sun was shining right on me and the road right in front of me. And so as I'm sitting there, I kind of because my weapon is all black, so I try to bring it close to me as I can, and then I'm just sitting there still. And I'm like, man, I hope they don't see me. I'm behind this little tree that's about as big as this right here. And the tank commander on the Bradley was like, where is he? Where is he? It was like, he's right over there on the mountain. He's right on the mountain. He's like, wait, we don't see him. And I'm like, man, this camouflage is working real good. And so all I'm saying is, when y'all want to go out, if you want to raise your threat level alone, don't wear all black. Go to the Army surplus store, get you some camouflage, get you some camouflage boots. Because I remember when I was back in the 90s, we had the all black boots. You had to shine them up and everything. That you got shining boots you out there that stick out in the sunlight too. So now everything is camouflage. So next time y'all go marching, when you know better, do better. And then I saw them, they stopped, and y'all like to go, this is Black Power, but this is also the signal for stop, if you didn't know. And they stopped on the road, concrete road, they're going down the street, and everybody took a knee. Now, Taking the knee is good. The only time you should do that is when you're on either sand or the ground or dirt, grass, something like that. Never just stop and you are on the road, especially if you're in an urban area. When you stop, you want to get off that road. You want to seek cover and whatnot, because the stop sign when you're on the grass or sign is because, one, it could be a mine up under you. Ain't nobody putting no mine under no concrete, because trust me, you don't have enough weight to set it off, stepping on the concrete, pushing down on the mine. So you definitely want to get off the road, because you're a big target at that point, sitting on the road, especially if you got on all black. So I wanted to say that. Hey, and if you don't believe me, y'all got people in your family who's in the military. You got Sergeant Major Gene McKinney. You got Colin Powell. He done passed away. You got 4-star General Lloyd Austin, who was the Secretary of State. And you can ask him. He was Secretary of Defense. You can ask him. You ain't got to believe me. I could be lying to you. Sometimes looking at your own folks, it's hard to believe what they telling you. But yeah, that's a thing that we need to do. We need to change some of the things that we do and how we operate. Now, I wanted to pull this up. Let me see if I can find it. But it's about the Buffalo Soldiers. They give me Buffalo Wild Wings, y'all. I don't want no Buffalo Wild Wing. So anyway, Charles Young, who was a Buffalo soldier, passed away in the early 1900s. This is down in Ohio. And so if you know anybody down there, you can tell them, or, but they're hiring. The Buffalo Soldiers, they hiring down there. Join our team, GS5, 5-part guide, Charles Young Buffalo Soldiers National Monument. Applications and dates are open, closed. Oh Lord, they close tomorrow. So you got, what is it? It's almost 5 o'clock. You got a few hours. You got about 8 hours to get your application in. Who can apply? Applicants must live within 50 miles of Wilberforce, Ohio. So the salary range from $42,000 to $54,000. And if you interested in being a park ranger, being with the Buffalo Soldiers, learning that history, seeing what they do, hey, check it out. You can go on Charles Young Buffalo Soldiers National Monument. That's on Facebook, and you can read more into it and get your application in today, because today is the last day. And I just wanted to put that out to y'all, because we have to do better. And don't forget about the boycott, the blackout, 8 Mile, 7 Mile, Grand River, and Gratiot. Make sure you stand off those roads when you buying stuff, unless you know that we own it, which we don't own a lot of gas stations, but we working on to get it back. And so that being said, we gonna get ready to close out the show. Yeah, I know, but we gonna take another commercial and we gonna come back. Yeah, it's the Queen Hour.
If you enjoyed the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
We are now streaming on Alexa. That's right, we're streaming our TV audio worldwide on Alexa. To get us, just say,
Alexa, enable Watkins Broadcasting.
Okay, here's Watkins Broadcasting. Starting the Watkins Broadcasting live stream.
now Alexa will allow you to listen to your favorite TV programs. Remember, to get us, just say,
Alexa, enable Watkins Broadcasting.
Okay, here's Watkins Broadcasting. Starting the Watkins Broadcasting live stream.
we're streaming our TV audio worldwide.
Feel good about your future with tuition-free programs at Wayne County Community College District. Whether you want to be in healthcare, computer science, the culinary arts, digital media, or robotics and automation for the next generation of vehicles, WCCCD has you covered. A full range of programs to achieve your goals, fit your schedule, and give you all the support you need to be successful. All of it tuition-free. Now there's something to feel good about. Register today at wccccd.edu.
Hey, well, this is Moore Ali back for the Queen Hour. This has been a good broadcast. I'm glad my guest was able to come, Mr. Liddell was able to come out and give us all some information, asking some questions for me. I got to make an appointment to go see him, and we can sit down and he can school me and we can get this stuff right, and I'll come back and I'll share some of what I've learned with y'all, because we all got to do better as a people. That's one of the things that bring me on this show, is when I learn something new, I want to share it, because I know that a lot of times a lot of us didn't have the opportunity or just didn't know. You go into a library and you look around, you see all them books, and you think about all the ones you haven't read and the stuff that you don't know, and then, hey, you leave that library from Southfield, and then you go to the law library downtown in Wayne State, and they got a whole nother group of books that you didn't know about and haven't seen. So we have to learn and study, and then we have to share that with others. And as we do that, our intelligence as a people will increase. The stuff we'll be able to do will be more and more. And I help y'all, and y'all help me. And I appreciate all those out there who are trying, who are moving forward and keeping up with this blackout and showing our people other places they can go where they can buy stuff. I went and got a watermelon. I saw the brother on the corner. I stopped there and I got it from him. We have to think about us and our people and safety, because they trying to initiate Jim Crow 2.0. Donald Trump is very proud about it. You think about the march they did up in D.C. Here it is, 2026. Back in 1926, Woodrow Wilson did the same march, had the Klan out there, and 100 years later, Trump get to celebrate and do the same thing. One thing we should do, if y'all see the mayor, we got a street in Detroit called Woodrow Wilson. We need to change that. We can change it to Charles Young Boulevard. We can change it to Queen Khalifa. We need to get old Woodrow Wilson out of here, because he wasn't a friend to us, so we shouldn't be celebrating him on one of our streets. And that about sums it up for me. I don't have too much more to say, and but that's good. When you're out of something to say, that's the best way you finish. It's like being on E in the car. Yeah. Well, this is 107.5 FM WGPR HD2 coming out of HD3 coming out of Highland Park, and I'll be back again. I don't know when, but I can tell you when I do. It's like E.F. Hutton talk. When I show up, I'm going to have something to say. And somebody need to find Mitch McConnell, because I'm gonna call down there tonight when the office closed, and I'm going to leave them a message. They need to find him, because this fraud that they committing is terrible. I tell you what's going to happen. When they do have to release him They gonna say he died the day before. They done cremated him, so that way you can't do an autopsy and find out whether the body was actually dead a week ago, and we've been keeping it on life support and stuff, so we can commit all this fraud with the fool in the White House. Yeah. So thank y'all for listening. We got other stuff coming. It just won't be me. All right now. Peace out, y'all.
If you enjoyed the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.